All right, can we just start off by saying that was a surprisingly not surprising awful IPO on Lyft. So they IPO'd. We'll talk about that a little bit. I want to go over what happened in the stock market this week, even stuff to watch for this weekend, kind of some readings and homework you guys could look up, and just let's I think I had one more thing but I forgot. But you guys should like the video, drop a thumbs up, helps the channel out. Make sure you see this content, and also subscribe if you're new. And the other channel, the live channel, I almost said the main channel, where it's trading live Monday through Friday 30 minutes before open, so make sure you are there. But well, Lyft IPO today, that was bad. But over these last 5 days, starting with today, why did the stock market go up in general? And it was surprising to some. It gapped up, and it did a lot of what we saw. It was it was pop up, come down, steady out, and it was really honestly just all calm moves all day long, in the last 3 days at least. But starting from, oh wait, I was going to talk about today. But today, the main thing was Brexit. I'm going to say that, and I'm even going to give you guys that as your weekend homework, because I'll even show you another chart here. But read up on Brexit, read up on what's going on. I think a lot of people have mispriced the risk for it. However, Brexit, it's either they're going to kick the can by April 12th. If they do, no harm done. You see what happens. But if something does pop off with that, that is going to be interesting with how markets are going to react. That's, it brings up even the whole story of the rates this week too. Even rates went up today, or rates went down today. That brought TLT up, but actually, no, the rates went up slightly. Actually, it's I want to show you they're up but still down again, and that will let you guys understand even that move with TLT. But even if you look at the S&P, the last like 7 days, or even starting from really the last 7 days in general, it really does. This is the pound, it's the same. It kind of decoupled from it today with the markets holding up, but it looks very, very similar. But I'm going to show you guys the rates. But that was the main thing today. The vote didn't go through with Brexit, Theresa May's deal. Again, that's what I'm saying. Read up on what happened with that, but that didn't go through. The likelihoods now of a hard Brexit really increased, and that is the risk on the table there. But otherwise than that, looking at this week, day by day, to recap it for those, even you guys were there who missed it, there was a lot of really nothing. Again, that's why we said digestion, but mainly it was Brexit related. That's why I just brought up the pound. It was Brexit and, again, rates. So I want to actually show you guys here the Treasury, and again, this is what I was waiting for. You guys could just literally Google bond rates and this will come up. This is from the Fed, but you see today, I already have it highlighted here. Here's the 10-year. The last time it was at 2.41, so you guys see the 10-year went up a little bit, but comparing it to the first time we saw, this was after the rate hike that Friday, and then that Thursday, Friday. Why do I keep saying rate hike? I mean the Fed meeting, apologies. But it was at 2.54. You see it drop, and it's still below there, and you could even see the differences even between the 5-year, which is the next important one, that it was at 2.24. Today it's at, it was the last time was at 2.18, but today it's at 2.23. So those rates went up, and that's what's easing it. Even then, the 3-month still continued to go down, but the 10-year went up a little bit, and even the 30, well, the 30-year actually was, it was very volatile today and stayed the same around there. But again, the market is adjusting to all of that right there. So that was interesting to see. And now, even actually, I'm gonna jump back today because I'm seeing this Lyft IPO, to explain that for you guys. The IPO today, they came out at $72 a share is what they sold it at. So that's what they priced the IPO at, sold it to all the banks and all the investors and institutions that were able to get in, and it opened on the secondary market today, I believe at what, $87, and it closed, it dropped slightly after hours, which is scary, at $78, $78.29. What did it do after hours? It went down to $78, almost flat. So this was a pretty bad IPO. It sold. There was a good volume on it, but it priced too high. We were on stream with this. So again, make sure you guys are on stream this weekend too. I'm going to post some other premium selling videos and stuff like that and other tutorials. So comment below actually what you guys want me to make a video on. But this was a decent IPO. The volume was good. We were talking about it on stream. It came in too high. Even the day before, even yesterday, we said it wasn't really there. So that IPO, that had an effect on the market, though. Why it's important, you guys, even Levi's. So we played that last week. I'm still holding my shares there. It ended up going up, shooting up above the IPO price. I think it's an interesting message to the markets about IPOs. We're going to have Uber and all that. But that was interesting to watch that play out. Again, also last week, or even this week now, wrapping it up. A lot of drama with Boeing. It's kind of leveled out. And if you guys actually pull up, I hate when it does that, but Lockheed Martin, even Raytheon, NOC, the defense stocks, they all kind of moved in tandem with Boeing. So it was the broader market, and the leader too this week, again, transports and small caps. So Russell 2000, IWM, but they did fairly well these last 7 days. As you see, it just went straight up, and the SPY lagged behind it. So the SPY could come up a little more because of that. So watch that. And I also had Wells Fargo had stuff happen today, but more importantly, you could use XLF for the financial sector. But in general, you could look at the big banks. The financial sectors, it got affected by rates. The rates were the main thing. Rates in Brexit were the only real stuff. The trade talks, there was again these talks of these trade talks that was talked about with it was yesterday. It was slight talks. People said they were waiting for the Mueller report. China, now they're taking talks more seriously. There were some reports today, and then even there were some reports today. Kudlow said he's making headways. He also said there should be an immediate 0.5 point basis cut. At this point, I just think the government's playing. These guys in the government are just playing with the Fed to see if they could get them to do whatever. It's interesting to see. But he said that we'll see how the markets digest that, but markets overall went up and held pretty steady. So coming, I think, watching in this next week, I said it on stream, if Brexit is bad, the market could really dump. But again, coming in also, if Brexit gets kicked the can, the market could hold up here. Again, the inverted yield curve doesn't mean the market has to go down. We're going to see, again, how the markets digest these rates, what the rates do, and digest even Brexit and all these other stuff, and even other foreign risks, and see what happens. But there's macro data even this week too. We had pending home sales, new home sales. Pending home sales dropped, new home sales went up. Construction numbers were bad as far as real estate goes. There was also the deficit, that narrowed for the United States, and the GDP, it came in slightly below, but not too much under. The markets didn't really react too much off that. So we're going to see how this next week plays out. It was very fun and exciting. If you guys were on stream, you probably enjoyed it as much as I did. Hopefully you didn't lose money. But it was still, this was a good learning week, even, a great learning week, honestly, even for the options traders. I think very, very humbling, to be able to see a lot and to learn a lot through it. So hopefully you guys have fun. If not, we'll check you on stream. Check out the stock trading course. Make sure you subscribe. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Where we at? Yeah, I was checking how much time that was. I think that was pretty much it. I did forget to say, if I missed anything, this was week, I was trying to make it as quick as possible, get it packed in there for you guys. Comment below what you guys thought was interesting this week. If I missed anything, what you guys are looking for next week. I am going to post a watch list on Sunday. We're going to talk about what to look for. I'm going to, like I said, give me some video suggestions too if you guys want me to cover anything specific this weekend. But we'll keep a lookout on that. Your homework, look into Brexit, get familiarized with it. Everything up until this point, it'll really help understanding that. And then again, the bond rates too. Again, if you guys aren't understanding the bond rates, I have videos talking about bonds here on the channel. You guys could look up Investopedia and just understand that, even the yield curve. And again, even if you guys want to look up the effects on banks, that'll help out a lot too. So I'll leave you guys with that. Drop me some like, comment, show me some love. Let's go.